It has the MIM system on it, so it brakes if you hit it hard. But there's a whole lot of education. This is cross-country riding.
Yeah.
To me, this is absolutely about meeting this at the appropriate pace and your horse just popping over the top of it. You shouldn't be able. This is a completely different fence. If I put a big house here or a big roll top, then actually you've got to attack that, and your horses lean all over it, and you quite often see those horses jump into water and you can hear them jump it. If you were blind and you were stood there, you'd hear every horse that jumps it because there's a boom as they jump over the top of it.
Yeah.
Whereas when they look at fences like this and they can see the water behind it and they can see the slope down and they can see the fence, they always jump it carefully. They always pop over it really nicely and clean. And when I set them up by jumping over that fence, I put them in front of the leg, so I ride them forward off the corner to jump the fence over the ditch, and then that puts them forward, and then I balance. Then you just, as a rider, you sit up and you take hold of the reins and you balance your horse and slow it down, and then it comes to this and it sees the question in front of it and it pops over it. So there's a direct relationship between that fence and this fence that sets them up. It's almost like a cross pole going into a grid that delivers this question that actually teaches the horses but doesn't, so they learn from it, they're not punished from it.
Yeah.
And then later on, when they get to higher levels, when they get to 3-star, 4-star level, they meet these rails. They're 20 centimetres higher, the water's a little bit closer behind, but actually they've seen that question, they can deliver that question. Always, I think, when you're training, it's about teaching your horses to do everything so that there's no surprises. When they get to the higher levels, when you're training at the lower levels, you want to work so that when they get to the higher levels at 3-star and 4-star level, that your horses have seen that type of fence before and can jump that type of fence really well, and you know that they have a background knowledge of doing it. You shouldn't put your horses into a high level exam, you shouldn't put your children into a high level exam when they haven't done any maths. You know, it's a bit like going to a maths exam and actually they've never done algebra and half the exams on algebra. Actually, horses should be able to see all sorts of questions when they're going cross country, so that when they go to the higher levels they meet all sorts of questions and they've met that experience before.